It's the summer of 2020, and all of us kids are supposed to get the results for our board exams back today. I'm back at home and I'm on a group call with six of my other friends, all toppers, all who were previously getting more marks than me. And you'll soon see that they're still getting more marks than me. We were doing on the group call was we kept refreshing the website on which the board results are supposed to be uploaded. They were all screaming at the top of their lungs. My chemistry went so shit, I might not get 95% marks. Some chick goes, my social is going to bring my percentage down, I might not even reach 92%. And here I was, sitting completely calm, completely chill. They later asked me, how the fuck were you so calm? How the fuck were you so zen in that moment? Everybody was freaking out, even my parents were freaking out. They were like, how the fuck are you so calm? After taking a couple of deep breaths, I realized that it was finally time that I actually checked my results. I never refreshed the website, I never checked. I was actually waiting until the website was not as crowded. Because the website actually froze because so many people were trying to see the results. I waited. Eventually, after taking a couple of deep breaths, I realized that it was finally time. So I should actually kind of check my results. I was also a little curious. So I went to the website, I put my admission number, everything, and I saw my result. And I brought my calculator out and started to calculate what my final percentage was. My mother just tore a piece of a notebook and started squiggling really quick, trying to figure out what my final percentage is. 80.4%. Not even half a percent more than what I wanted. Not even half a percent less than what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. While still on a call with my friends, I told them that I got 80.4%. All of them knew that I was aiming for 80%. They congratulated me, and then I hung up to go and celebrate with my parents. And they probably checked their results too. And let's be real, they probably got more marks than me. But they weren't as happy as I was. And that is the difference between a good mental health and a bad mental health. You're probably on this side. I can help you reach here. So keep listening. How good is your mental health? Have you ever even considered this? How good or bad is your mental health? Have you ever considered that your mental health might actually be bad enough that you need to be working towards it? So here's a test for you. And I know this video sounds a bit student-centric, but even if you're an adult, it's going to help you, right? So just try to remember the last time you got a result for a particular exam. How were you behaving? Were you jittery? Were you not able to sit still? Were you not talking to anyone? Just try to think about it. And let me take a wild guess. You were probably shaking your leg. You were probably biting your nails. You were maybe breathing shallowly. You were definitely breathing very shallow. Well, these are things that you wouldn't actually even be able to catch in yourself. But ask your friends. These are so involuntary that you don't even notice doing them. You don't notice shaking your leg while you're about to get your exam results. You don't notice that your hand suddenly goes into your mouth and you start biting your nails. You don't notice how your breathing pattern is. You don't notice your heartbeat going up. But ask your friends, they will know. I know all this stuff because I noticed my friend doing all this shit all the time. Right before, to the moment they were about to get the results. And their results was always better than mine. But they were still more nervous than I was. Every single time. Even before I started working on my mental health. So what exactly are you supposed to do then? Well, first of all, calm the fuck down. I don't know why people get scared so often these days. So worried about every single thing. Social anxiety didn't exist a couple of years ago. It's a modern invention. Even if it is the board exams that you're worried about, it's not the end of the world. Your life has literally just started. You're not even 20 years old yet. My father has worked in the Air Force longer than you've lived on this planet. And he considered that phase of his life as like a small portion. Like he didn't really grow that in that particular period of his time. So for him, 20 years is nothing. Even if you're like 18 years old and you think you've wasted the previous 18 years of your life, 10 years is a huge period of time. You at least have the next 10 years before you're gonna marry and you're gonna start your own family. You at least have 10 years of your life in front of you. In 10 years, the world can become unrecognizable. If you do, that's 120 months. 120 months. You do anything, absolutely anything consistently, obviously anything productive and good habits for 120 months, you're gonna be rich as fuck. So please don't think that your board results are the end of the world. Anything that you do right now, it's not the end of the world. In my opinion, nothing is the end of the world. You still have your life in front of you. Nothing else matters. Second of all, your mental health should be your top priority right now. If you're anxious all the time, you're not going to perform well anywhere. So your anxiety is actually sabotaging yourself. You're self-sabotaging yourself by getting anxious, by getting worried for your exams. And I know this sounds like something that's going to give you more anxiety. But think about this, like before you're about to get your exams, you're really nervous and you're jittery and you're shaking your leg and you're fiddling with your pen. You're nervous, you're anxious, you're not going to perform as well versus if you were just calm and you were just taking deep breaths and you were revising in your head. That would have been such a great thing to do instead of just fidgeting with your pen, shaking your leg, being nervous of what? Of a piece of paper. Obviously, I understand that it's more than a piece of paper. But you still don't need to worry about it so much. Your mental health should be your top priority because right now you're building your mind. So if you build it strong, if you build fences around it so that nothing can impact it, you're going to be a strong person for the rest of your life. If you build a weak mentality, that's what you're going to carry for the rest of your life. Obviously, changes are possible, but they're really hard, especially when you're older. So build the right habits. I'm going to be telling you things that are instantly going to help you with your anxiety or getting nervous before exams or for anything at all. And I'm also going to help you, and I'm also going to give you some tools and some things that are going to improve your mental health in the long run so that you don't get these nervous breakdowns as often. Okay, so check these out. Okay, so these are things that are going to give you instant results. This is instant relief things. So right before you're about to get your results or right before you're about to give your test, just go to the bathroom for a second and lock yourself in a stall and just smile like you're an idiot. Laugh if you can, like if you're not too conscious, laugh. Put your hands around your waist and just stand there like fucking Superman. Be super weird. Whatever you can do that is like super cringe and super weird, do that. Laugh like a maniac, make weird faces, make weird noises, jump around, do anything that's physically going to change yourself, right? Stand upright, stomach in, chest out, stand like a fucking man, take deep breaths, which is the next point, but let me finish this one. I'm not going to get into the science of why this works. If you want, you can Google it. It does work. And I've used it. And I used to have social anxiety. So whenever I was about to perform in front of an audience, I used to get jittery. I used to get really nervous. And this really helped me get rid of that nervousness. It really helps you clear your mind. So whatever negative thoughts you have against yourself, this will really help negate all that. That's point number 1. Be fucking weird. Point number 2 is take deep breaths through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. Whenever you're anxious, whenever you're nervous, you unconsciously take shallower breaths. So you don't really realize you're breathing through your mouth and you're taking really shallow breaths. So as a result, your brain is getting less and less oxygen, and then you're getting even more anxious because of that. So you're stuck in this vicious cycle. Get out of that, take some deep breaths, and you're gonna feel way better. Focus on your breaths, right? So 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. If you can breathe into your nose and breathe it through your mouth, that's even better. If you can just breathe in, if your nose is clogged or something, you have to breathe into your mouth, that's fine too. Just focus on your breathing. That's going to distract you from the negative thoughts that you're going to have. That's going to give you anxiety. Just focus on your breathing and don't talk to anyone. Focus on your breaths. Okay. Now this third thing, this is really fucking helpful, and this helped me so much. I am so mad that I figured this out after so long. Like, I wasted so many years without knowing this. So this is something I got from Andrew Huberman, and this is something that's called a psychological sigh. So basically, you take a very deep breath. Like, first you exhale, so your lungs are completely empty, and then you take a very deep breath. Like, all the oxygen, all the air that you can breathe in, you push all that into your lungs through your nose, and then you take a forced breath. So you forced a quick breath into your nose, and then you exhale all of that, and that is going to calm you the fuck down so well. Just even if you're not doing anything, even if you're not nervous, you're watching this video right now, try doing this right now with me. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it's done. So first of all, take a deep breath. First of all, completely empty your lungs, and then take a deep breath, then force another breath, and then exhale. Right, so I'll show you. Do this exactly with me. Nothing bad's gonna happen. There's no side effect, nothing. This is legit, and it's going to help you calm now. Do it with me. What this does is it basically sends, fuck, I'm so lightheaded. This basically sends oxygen to the parts of your lungs, or the parts of your, or it rushes blood to the parts of your brain that usually doesn't get enough blood, or the parts of your lung that usually doesn't get that much oxygenated blood. This is immensely going to calm you the fuck down. Whenever you're anxious, whenever you're nervous about anything at all, try doing this psychological side just a couple of times. And I promise you, whatever anxiety you have, whatever nervousness you have, it's going to fucking disappear. To me, it makes more sense to completely never get nervous at all. Like, wouldn't it be nice that you never get nervous, you never get anxious, you never fear anything at all? Wouldn't that be great? So I'm going to help install some philosophies, or maybe change your mindset slightly, in an attempt to eliminate all anxiety or all negative thoughts that you have about yourself, so you don't self-sabotage. Over the course of my life, I have adopted some philosophies from movies, by the way, and I'm going to list them out. And this has helped me completely eliminate any sort of fear and anxiety or nervousness. I never get worried about anything at all. And this is not me trying to be alpha male and all. This is me actually telling you how things exist. This is how I live my life. These are the philosophies that I have adopted over the course of my life. I truly believe that my thinking is a bit different. And that's why I want to help all of you, because you may not be thinking the same way I think. You might have watched all these movies and you might not have gotten the things that I have gotten from them. The first movie that helped me a lot, that helped me change my mindset a lot, is called Fantastic Beasts. And the protagonist of the movie basically says this one line where he says, "My philosophy is that worrying means you suffer twice." And I couldn't agree more with this, because you're absolutely 100% torturing yourself by worrying, and unnecessary as well. Worrying to me does not make sense at all. Because think about this. If the outcome of whatever it is that you're worrying about is as bad as it is, that means that you're going to suffer later on as it is. Right? And if the outcome is better, or it is not as bad as you think, that means you tortured yourself for no reason whatsoever. Have you ever thought about this like this? Probably not. Do you understand why worrying does not make sense to me? There's another movie that I really like and that has taught me great life lessons. It's called After Earth. In this movie, the protagonist's father, so Will Smith, says this one line that I really like, and I'm quoting it because it's so fucking good. He says, "Fear is not real. The only place where fear can exist is in your thoughts of the future. It is the product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist. This is near insanity. Do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice." And I could not agree more with this. Fear is not a real thing. It is completely a product of your imagination. It's an illusion. Fear does not exist as the same plane as us. I don't mean the world, I mean the same plane. There's only 3 dimensions, right? It does not exist in any of these dimensions. Fear it can just exist in our thoughts of the future. If we stop thinking about the future, you can't fear anything, which is also bad. But it means that you have a choice. It means that you can control it. Like you're fearing something, right? You're worrying about something that may never happen. You're afraid of something that can never exist. Think of how pathetic that is. So imagine this. Imagine that you have a younger brother or a younger sister, right? And it's nighttime, you're tucking them on bed, and they ask you to check under the bed if there are any monsters. And you duck down and you check under the bed and there's nothing. And you tell them it's nothing, there's no monsters, right? Would you check under the bed if there was like even a slightest chance that there are monsters underneath? You wouldn't. You checked, you dug down and you checked because you know there was no possible way that there are monsters under this bed. That is how I feel right now. I have to check under the bed for you and let you know that there are no monsters. Stop being scared. Stop worrying. Nothing is going to happen. Fear is all in your mind. Worry is all in your head. You created this and you can control it. You just have to learn how to. And that is something that you do on your own. You can't watch YouTube video that's going to teach you how to stop worrying. I told you it doesn't make sense. That should automatically turn off the switch that lets you worry. The third movie is called 3 Idiots. It's a Hindi movie, and the main protagonist of the movie is talking to his 2 best friends who are worried about a particular exam, and he tells them this story. हमारे गांव में एक चौकीदार हुआ करता था जो रोज रात को तेज से चिल्लाता था, ऑल इज वेल, एंड सब लोग सुकून से सो जाते थे. एक रात को जब गांव में चोरी हुई तो पता चला साले को रात को कुछ दिखता ही नहीं, वो ऐसे ही चिल्लाता रहता था, ऑल इज वेल, ऑल इज वेल. उस दिन एक बात समझ आई कि हमारा दिल बहुत बेवकूफ है, उसको बेवकूफ बना के रखना पड़ता है. I don't know if this means something to you. It meant a lot to me. It means that you can actually manipulate yourself. You've probably had other people manipulate you, but this made me realize that you can actually manipulate yourself into believing what you want yourself to believe. Maybe this is a bit too complicated. Basically, you can program your brain into believing that nothing bad is going to happen. The results, the girl's reaction, the audience's reaction is not going to affect your life's trajectory in any way. It's not going to affect your emotions. It's not going to affect your health. It's not going to affect your life's trajectory, your success. All of the outside external things are invalid in these categories. Nothing external can affect you. If you keep reminding yourself that, if you keep telling yourself that, that is how your brain is going to get programmed. And your brain will slowly start to realize that, and your brain will slowly start to accept that as reality. I don't know if you have ever thought of this like this, but I really think that this mindset will help you achieve your goals. This mindset will help you improve your mental health more than any other video that you can watch on mental health, right? So the very last thing that I want to tell you is meditation really helps calm you down. It will really help you mental health. And you don't have to meditate for hours straight. You can start with a 3-minute meditation. Just pick whatever meditation song that you really like, or you can choose like nature noises or something like that. And just focus on your breaths. You'll very often get thoughts. Your goal with this meditation period is to push these thoughts aside. So eventually you don't get thoughts for a very long time. That is the point of meditation, to keep pushing thoughts aside. This will calm your brain. This will detangle all the mess that's inside your brain. Another thing is journaling. Journal everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your plans for the future, what you think, your predictions for the future, your prediction of the result that you're awaiting very nervously or very anxiously or very excitedly. Journal everything. It really helps. It really helps give you clarity. And clarity means there's less variables in your mind. It will really help you, trust me. Hopefully this video helps you. I am building a community of high value men, or men who want to become high value. I post self-improvement videos every single week, every Monday and Thursday. And I think I can really help you in your self-improvement journey. Subscribe to this channel right now so you'll become one of the high value men and be part of this community so my videos show up on your home feed more often. And I'll see you in the next video.